There are fears more deadly tsunamis could strike Indonesia in the coming days, as one of the world's most infamous volcanic islands, responsible for the weekend tragedy, continues to erupt. More than 350 people have died from the tsunami, which crashed into the Sunda Strait on Saturday at night and without warning. Indonesian pop band 17 was dragged into the sea as they played. 2 days later, residents are still trying to come to terms with the devastation left behind. Many are now homeless.
I'm afraid. I've asked my son-in-law to check on our house, but I haven't been home in the last 2 days.
Efforts to collect hundreds of bodies and save the injured have been stepped up.
We've been receiving referral cases from hospitals in the area, so now we have 42 patients, all of whom need to be handled by specialists.
The Red Cross is also deploying 22 water trucks. And then, of course, as you can imagine, we know that hundreds of people have sustained injuries from this disaster. So we're sending in 22 ambulances along with 5 mobile clinics. So once the roads are cleared enough, and then these mobile health teams will be able to get into these very remote and hard to reach areas to provide the basic health care that these people will need.
Terrified survivors described fleeing for their lives as homes and hotels were ripped from their foundations in a matter of seconds.
I'm too traumatized. Last night, we were just getting our supplies ready for fishing when a huge wave suddenly came. We started running with all of our family members.
So here's what we know. When the volcano erupted, a chunk of the island slipped into the ocean. And in doing that, it created the tsunami waves. But with the volcano still erupting, there could be subsequent underwater landslides and tsunamis. This is all a very scary situation for the people who live along the Indonesian coast, who didn't know that a tsunami could be triggered by a volcano rather than an earthquake. And that's the reason officials say they were never warned.
Indonesia's president visited some of the hardest hit areas today and said an alert system was needed.
Some systems do exist. For example, around the volcano in Stromboli in Italy, they have a wave buoy system, which when it receives unusual waves, tsunami-type waves, it alerts the local villages. And the problem we have is that it won't give people that much of a warning, but in any situation, even a few tens of seconds warning might get some people to higher ground and might reduce the fatalities.
A lack of warning was also blamed for the high death toll in the earthquake tsunami disaster that hit Sulawesi Island in September.